All right, Mike. We are back, baby. So excited.
We're back.
Welcome to Watchers on the Couch Westworld Edition. We are back for Westworld Season 4, obviously, because I said it's Westworld Edition. I'm Tim.
And I'm Mike.
And we are discussing episodes 1 and 2. Episode 1 is called Auguries. I don't remember what episode 2 was called.
Oh, I do know that one. And then it's Well Off Alone or something
Well
like that?
Enough Alone.
Well Enough
That's
Alone.
what it was. Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
So we're going to talk about some stuff. We're going to talk about episode 1. We're going to do a little break. Then we're going to talk about episode 2. We've got some clips to share. We've got some community. We've got a returning segment that I'm very excited for. So let's get into it. No spoilers yet, Mike, but so far, episodes 1 and 2, initial thoughts. What did you think? How do you feel about the show?
Okay. I definitely have it hit me again with this show as far as like the background music just constantly blasting. It seems it's actually worse this season than any of the other seasons, but that's probably just me.
I didn't notice that at all.
I definitely noticed episode 1 more than 2, but yeah, I don't know.
I know that's the thing for you, and I definitely remember it in parts of season 3. I think it might be your TV, Mike, because it doesn't seem that bad to me.
Nah, it's just the way my brain works, how it handles noise. It's that misophonia.
Mesothelioma.
It makes me crazy when I hear other excess noise. Happens at work too. It's hard for me. It's actually hard for me. Voices, like if there's like a lot of loud machinery running, other people have like fucking normal conversations, but like it's really difficult for me to like hear. Like I'm like, speak louder. Like I can't hear you because my brain is like focusing on all that other background noise, like
sure,
more than it should be. I don't know. It's unfortunate.
It sounds
but as far as the episodes go, besides all that crap, the actual content of it, it's okay. It hasn't been too bad, but it hasn't excited me at all. Like I feel it rather slightly bland, but I wouldn't say it's bad or anything. Right. It just feels a little slower burn, or I don't know.
It feels like
I'm still looking forward to the rest of the season.
For me, it was I'm back in for sure. But when it starts every season, I'm back in, and I'm a known season 2 apologist. I loved season 2. A lot of people don't like it. A lot of people thought it was way too convoluted. I followed it just fine. Season 3 was not as good, but it ends in such a crazy way that you were expecting this season to start off with a bang, and instead it's kind of like a reboot of the entire show. And I'm here for it. I like it.
Yeah, it does kind of feel that way as far as like a kind of a reboot.
Let's start off with some fun stuff before we start talking about season or episode 1, the Auguries. Apparently at the premiere party that HBO has for Westworld and things like that, the old HBO PR department was at it, and they were asking stars of the show what park they would like to go visit if they were real parks. And oh boy, let's get into some of that. This is the first clip. These are all from Instagram stories from HBO Max's Instagram, and some of them cut off a little soon, and I'm missing one. I'm definitely missing one that has James Marsden in it. But
okay.
The first thing that popped in my head was Succession, but I have no idea what kind of theme park that would be, except just stepping on people.
Evan Rachel Wood wanting to visit Succession World.
Ride is just like,
how much money can I make? How many people I can step on? Evan, my friend. That's the real world. Just go outside.
Yeah.
You're already there. You just have to be the person in
just
power.
Become a politician. Yeah.
So, like right at the beginning of this clip, you can get a quick frame of the James Marsden one that I'm missing. He wants to go to Curb Your Enthusiasm World. This next clip is...
can't go with the classic. Go with the Sopranos. You can go over to Jersey. Yeah.
That's Bernard. Bernard wants to go to Sopranos World. Wants to go over to Jersey.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I just love going to Jersey. That's the most creative thing I can. I'm sorry.
As George Carlin says, take her where, kiss her where it smells. Take her to New Jersey World. We got Luke Hemsworth coming up here, who's Stubbs, who, as far as I know, is still chilling in a bathtub in this timeline. He wants to do Game of Thrones.
Game of Thrones is obviously. I mean, anything with dragons in it, I guess.
So you can barely pick out that he's a Hemsworth. Like, there's only a slight Australian accent that he's given off there. I think he's like, I don't know if he's like, I haven't seen many interviews with Hemsworth the Lesser, we'll call him, because he's probably the least popular Hemsworth. So I don't know if he does like a Christian Bale thing where if he's in England or something, he uses his natural British accent, but anytime he's doing a interview in America, he uses an American accent.
Huh.
But yeah, if you ever notice watch Christian Bale interviews, because it's like, depending on like when he's doing the Batman interviews, he's always doing an American accent.
Okay. Good for you.
How was it? It's fucking distracting. Aaron Paul, who plays Caleb.
Yeah, I would say Westworld.
Oh, would you? Westworld? It's very original. No, that's fine.
Yeah.
He's not known for being creative. In fact,
this is where you prove yourself.
I think by doing that, I just cut off the clip. We have to keep going. Yeah, go. Yeah, Bernard.
I mean, every time I listen to Aaron Paul, I'm just
that one's my favorite. Ed Harris, Westworld. Like that one cuts off. You get to see a good shot of his face in the third clip that I'm about to play, but you can tell Ed Harris is just like he's over that shit. It's like, what the fuck, man? I'm a prolific actor. Don't ask me these stupid ass questions. I've been in The Rock. I've been in what do you call it? Always Be Closing. Glengarry Glen Ross.
Milk Money.
Top Gun 2. Top Gunner. He's like, don't ask me these dumb bullshit questions. I'm 70 years old. I don't have time for this shit. I'm not going to...
You walked into the wrong goddamn interview, soldier.
He's like, I'm not going to Sopranos World. Fuck the Sopranos. Fuck mob stuff. Martin Scorsese can kiss my ass. You don't see me in Godfather. You don't see me in Heat or The Irishman. It's like, I'm over that shit. Don't ask me dumb questions. Clip 3.
This is probably not a good one because I don't know what the Sopranos theme park would be, but I think I'd love to spend more time with those characters.
Definitely Game of Thrones. You gotta get to the throne, the real throne.
I just think like hacks right away.
The real throne. The real throne in the fake world. You got to go to Game of Thrones. Mike, what world would you go to?
Well, they're actually being asked what like HBO show they would probably go
they're
to,
obviously
because they're only answering HBO,
I don't know what
shit.
Hacks is, but
yeah, I don't know. We've asked each other this question before.
If it was only HBO shows,
and
then
if it was only
let's
HBO
pretend
shows,
we're sponsored by HBO.
Oh shit.
Westworld,
I guess. Then, Westworld, I guess. What?
I think I would do.
Actually, I guess so. I can't think of other HBO shows that like besides Game of Thrones, but I don't think I'd want to go to freaking Game of Thrones. That sounds awful.
Sound awful. That and like you have to remember the fact that Westworld is you can't have anything that actually has magic because they don't have the technology for magic. Like you can't. You can get shot by a fake host gun. It's not going to kill you. If a host hits you with a sword, you're fucked, bro. They're not making robot dragons breathing fire at you. That would be a bad time. Like at best, I would go beyond the wall and I would hang out in the Jon Snow cave all the time.
Oh yeah, when you hang out with Rose out there.
First show got canceled.
Yeah. Oh, probably didn't. What was that? The Time Traveler's wife or something?
Apparently didn't do good. They I saw today that it was canceled. I haven't watched it yet, and I guess now I won't because it's canceled.
I haven't watched it either. I thought about maybe watching it if I didn't have a whole lot of stuff to watch, but I probably won't be watching it.
To watch. Okay, so we've got let's go to Westworld. Westward is how somehow my notes app auto-corrected that. I don't know why. But we start off with William, the Man in Black, presumably the host version of the Man in Black, because when last we saw him, he got his throat slit and is presumed dead by Halores. But
yeah. Okay. What the fuck? Well, we'll get to we can, I guess, get to that for fucking next episode. But yeah, that seems a little silly.
But
he wants to buy some damn bait.
He's gonna buy the Hoover Dam. This is where we get some interesting information. So he wants to buy the Hoover Dam. Well, he's offering to buy the Hoover Dam. Otherwise, he's going to get it for free tomorrow. He's trying to get data that's stored at the Hoover Dam. I don't know why we're storing data at the Hoover Dam when there's decentralized data and the blockchain exists in this time period, because everybody can.
It's pretty wet out there too.
It's
kind of
very
corrosive.
When you think of the Hoover Dam, you think wet.
Yeah.
But William says he's after some data that was stolen from him 8 years ago. So
we're talking about host data, yes?
Data.
Or I mean, not host data. Talking
Client
about
data, host,
the visitor data,
guest data.
Client, yeah, guest data. There it is.
So,
yeah,
it's either guest
or they're not talking about the Sublime,
that's
right?
That's another thing I can think of.
Now we've seen in the preview, so we've seen, or maybe it's both. But I thought like those were two different things and were two different places. Like the data.
I don't know. I don't remember what the maze was supposed to lead to. If that was supposed to lead to the host data or the Sublime. I think it was supposed to lead to the Sublime, because the host data, that already went to Roboham, right? That's what they built Rehoboam off of.
The guest data. Right. Not host data, yeah?
It'd be the guest data because they're predicting what you are.
Okay. Yeah, all right, yeah. So, yeah, I guess it would be the Sublimes. And so I originally thought it was the guest data, but we saw in the preview for the whole season that the Sublime ends up at the Hoover Dam. So I'm guessing the Sublime is at the Hoover Dam.
Yeah, in theory, it's a big jump. We don't even know what's excuse me. Yeah. We don't even know what's going on. Like, this could be a weird time thingy, but we've in between seasons 1 and 2, we actually get a sense of the time period that we're setting place in that I don't think we've ever had before in the show. So yeah, data was stolen 8 years ago. That puts it at about the time of season 2. It's been 7 years since the end of season 3. And in that time, Maeve's been a hermit, and she's been hunted by William. Apparently, so we leave season 3 with Maeve and Caleb on the bridge saying, in this new world, you can be whatever the fuck you want. Obviously, that doesn't appear to be true for Caleb, because Caleb just goes back to being whatever he was and falling into old habits, which kind of reminds me of the end of season 2 when they meet Ben Barnes's character, and he's got the book, and it's like basically humans are only like 15 lines of code or something like that. They're actually not. They're nowhere near as complex as you think they are. And even Caleb's coworker said, "Dude, nothing's changed. Like, over the past 7 years, it just told you who you are, who you already were or always were, and that's it." So 7 years of rebellion, and nobody takes the rebellion seriously. Like, there's no sense that there will rebellion even happen. Even his wife.
Yeah. It doesn't feel like anything even happened. Like, I don't know. Okay.
So,
I guess off-screen war.
Even his wife, who's kind of a lame character, because it's that like trope of, oh yeah, some shit happened, and it's like, no. You're being paranoid. don't worry about it. Stay here and do nothing. Like that kind of character. It's like, oh, come on.
Yep.
But okay. But also they have a 7-year-old daughter, so that means they must have met during the revolution.
Yeah, I guess so.
So I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know what the fuck
apparently
the deal is with the wife. I don't like her.
Yeah. Oh, you're just. I don't think you're afraid of war. I think you just miss it.
But apparently during that whole revolution, they were going up against William, which is not like there's no real establishment of that in season 3 because obviously he gets his throat cut. Oh, 1 second. I'm trying to see something here. I have a weird.
You think they were going up against William?
William sent the hosts after both Maeve and Caleb because she hacked into Colonel Brigham's brain after she cut his head off and saw that it's William sending goons after him, and they made it seem like.
Yeah, but that didn't have anything to do with the war.
If that's true,
right?
Because there's a whole lot of stuff that happens between Caleb and Maeve during that time period that we haven't seen yet, and it seems to establish the fact that there was some confrontations with William during that time period.
Well, okay, so that was something I was a little confused about as far as like Maeve when she was like meditating or whatever, or in her little trance when she took the power out. That she sees Caleb and like he looks like he's dying. I thought I was like, wait, is she like predicting the future? But no, I believe that was in the past. That was during like the robot wars type of thing. That's what I'm
assuming,
right? Is that how you saw it? Right? Okay, yeah, that's what I was thinking too. Because especially when they're talking in the car, it sounded more like they know each other fairly well. I guess that's in episode 2 when they're talking or whatever. But because he asks her about, was he alone? Was she alone when she was in her cabin or whatever and stuff? And he was like, "Oh man, if you told me what been there, or I don't know." Just sounded like they spent a little more time together than what we saw.
So yeah, it seems like we have some flashbackies from Maeve. It seems like Caleb gets killed or grievously wounded. But then we see him in his dead-end job again. And that brings us to our returning segment. It's the Chris Naes Audio Minute. And I'm very excited this is back. Let's see what Chris Naes had to say about episode 1.
Hey, is this what's the name of this podcast again? Listen, not very long time, but first time caller here, Chris Naes. With your Chris Naes Minute, I suppose. Kind of put it on the spot here. Didn't realize I was going to be doing this, but, So anyway, the only real commentary I have on this episode, I noticed at one particular moment, Caleb was, I guess, maybe taking his lunch break, or maybe after a long day at work, he decided, I'm just going to sit on the side of this skyscraper with my legs dangling off of it. Literally, that would never happen. Nobody's going to sit on the side of a skyscraper with their feet hanging off of it, thinking about all the bad shit that has happened to them. Why would you sit there? That's all I have to say on this telephone call. I'll take my answer off the air. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Chris. The Chris Naes Minute. I love it. What do you think, Mike? Right. You think people don't sit on skyscrapers with your legs dangling off? Aren't there famous pictures of people doing that?
No, no. Well, back in the day, but like nowadays, you'd probably be fired. Like if anybody saw you doing that. So, yeah, lot more safety regulations going on construction sites. So maybe if you had a harness on, and you had a yo-yo, maybe you could, yeah. But even then, no, probably not. I mean, iron workers, though, if he was an iron worker, I would say maybe.
Okay. Well,
maybe he would.
There you go. There you have it. Chris, I agree with you. And thanks for contributing once again. I was hoping to get Chris on this episode, but he's not set up for a remote recording, and he wanted to do it in person. And as you can see, my studio is not set up to do that anymore. But maybe we'll do an in-person recording sometime soon. Maybe a season finale. Mm-hmm. Season finales are easier to do an in-person recording for because they're not as time sensitive. That's one of the things with this format of show is you have to do the episode and get it out in a timely fashion because you're under the gun for the next episode. But season finales, you can take your time a little bit. So maybe a supersized season finale for Westworld Season 4 as we gear up for Game of Thrones, House of the Dragon.
Meow, 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 meow.
Iconic intro as that. I don't think so.
No. Meow, 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 meow.
Speaking of intros, we got a title sequence update this season.
Yeah. Yep. Got some flies. We got a real like human skeleton instead of a robot skeleton. And instead of milky stuff, they got like smoky milk smoke.
We've got human beings in like this kind of Roboam hive-looking chamber that are on fire and not happy.
Yeah, or it looks like fly eyes to me. You know, like the very, 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 very beginning of the opening. Yeah, it kind of looks like a Roboam, but it looks more like on the left side of the screen, it looks like a fly's eye, and then it looks like they kind of, in a sense, zoom in on it, like later through the intro, and then there's people in the eyes, and they're touching the walls to each other, and like a lot of mirroring again.
So, So speaking of flies, we skipped that part, or I skipped that part when we were talking about Willem at the very wet data center. It is important.
Yes, it's important.
So
let's talk about it.
Apparently William, who I guess must be host William, because he's got these new toys. He's got these flies that swarm around and infect human beings and make them do whatever you want them to do. Introducing a bug into the human programming, as it were, and makes you stab people. So that's cool.
Lord of the Flies.
Cool. I hate bugs.
So, would you think that? I do wonder how that would work. Or I guess in this show, it probably doesn't matter whatsoever
until you accidentally stumble into something.
You know, but they probably won't really explain it that much. I mean, whatever, that's fine. That's what I expect from the show. But I wonder if it's like they carry nanobots or something like that.
Why would you need Why would you need flies if you have nanobots?
To get them to you. To get them to a specific person, and not every person.
Oh,
yeah, but if you don't want, if you want to infect like multiple people, yeah,
you put it at the end of a golf club and smack them in the face with it. But that's a discussion for the next episode.
Sure. Yeah. Because if you have these flies that can make humans do anything, why do you need to replace them?
So, that's something William can do now. So he got control of the Hoover Dam. Or I guess Halores got control of the Hoover Dam. Because
now he controls the water.
It's the abyss. Was that
he controls... hell yeah, he was.
So Halores we don't actually see in this episode, so I kind of jumped the gun there. So spoiler alert for the second half or the second part of this episode that we're recording. William works for Halores, but we also pretty much assume that anyway, based upon the end of last season. How many Doloreses are out there still?
Okay, this is what I was going to ask too, because I was going to ask if William actually is like William and they did a fidelity, or maybe it's not a fidelity and it's just like part of William. You know, is it Dolores? Is it one of the Doloreses? Because they did kill Musashi and they took his head.
Did they?
So that's a Dolores. Wait,
Musashi was Dolores. I don't remember Musashi getting killed, but that doesn't necessarily. I might have just forgotten.
Oh yeah, he got cut in half.
So,
hamburger
notes
style.
here. So we got Musashi Dolores dead. Oloris, the Irish guy, he's dead. He got blowed up. Hail Dolores, she's alive. They tried to blow her up. Dolores Prime is dead. So we just have D. Lawrence.
Yes.
I think is the only one that's still floating around. Him and Dolores. Because, Lawrence.
Oh,
Lawrence,
I forgot.
Lawrence was a
Wait, Lawrence is Dolores?
He's Dolores.
Oh.
So, yep.
Guess we should see him later this season, considering the trailer for this season.
I watched it here live on the episode, and it was very choppy. So there's things I missed. I didn't see Teddy in the trailer, but let's see. So speaking of Dolores, we're going to jump to the Dolores part of episode 1, where it's not Dolores. Her name is Christina. She is a computer programmer or a story writer for video games, where she's writing stories for NPCs for a company called Olympiad. And she's got a roommate named Maya, who's weird. And let's see what's some stuff about this. She's got a harassing what do you call it? Stalker kind of person who's giving her messages. Yeah, Peter.
Yep. Peter.
And saying that
another Peter, just like her dad.
His name was Peter.
Right?
Good call. I didn't make that connection. She's in another futuristic New York, is what we gathered from, I guess, the behind the scenes was they shot this in Manhattan and just futurized it a bit. There's a scene with her roommate Maya where she has to pick white shoes or black shoes, which is very similar to the white hat or black hat, which she has a job writing NPC stories. And this guy, Peter, is calling her up saying, hey, you're ruining our lives. So she's like writing stories and it's really happening. And there's no way this is the real world. I mean, it can't be.
I agree. Yeah. I don't even think it's a park. Like, I think it is probably more a simulation. I don't see how it can be anything else.
Theories. There's 2 theories that I saw that we're gonna get into. But yeah, like one of the main giveaways for this was not only the guy saying, hey, like the shit you're creating is real. That's one thing. The other thing is her seeing the maze symbol on her fire escape. That's a big telltale thing. And just the fact that the first time she encounters Peter in person, she gets the guy gets tackled after he attacks her, and then she blinks and they're gone, which is not a normal thing that happens to people.
Yep.
So there's 2 theories out there. One is that Christina is actually Dolores in the Sublime. It's a Sublime version of Dolores, like the original Dolores, which makes sense given what we've just discussed so far and what we've seen in this episode and also in the second episode. And the other theory is that Christina is actually the real person that Dolores is based off of, which that one I don't know if I buy.
I don't really see a point.
Doesn't line up right for that to work, in my opinion. I mean, they do screwy things with time all the time. Maybe Christina's like way in the past, but even then, me doing some math leads me to not believe that one. The Christina being Sublime Dolores is definitely solidified to me by the surprise/not surprise appearance at the end of episode 1, where she's talking about how she wants to create a story with a happy ending. And we see outside of her apartment, standing on the street, the lovable James Marsden, Teddy Flood in season 1 and 2, who was absent in season 3 because Teddy Flood shot himself in the head because Dolores was a psycho. And I think the last time we actually see Teddy in season 2, he is in the Sublime.
But okay, but the Sublime is like host heaven. I'm thinking like Halores is running a simulation on Dolores. Because doesn't the Dolores that actually died, and we know nobody actually really dies in this show, so maybe she slightly died, but part of her is still there, or the thing where they can remember somebody and bring them back, whatever. But doesn't that Dolores either one have the key to the Sublime? The Sublime is most likely in the Hoover Dam, but it's encrypted.
Yeah.
William can't get to it. They need the key to unlock it. So either Dolores had that key, I can't remember this correctly, or Bernard has the key, but Dolores might know where Bernard is.
My understanding.
So they're trying to get clues from Dolores,
I guess,
by running her through this simulation.
I'm not
to
entirely
see if
sure
they can get clues on where Bernard is, or
why Halores
what the key is.
The Sublime. Well, presumably all the Doloreses would know where the Sublime is.
No, maybe she's lonely. She wants her robot
she made
people
all the Doloreses after
to
she
join her
launched
in the
the
real world
Sublime into the space.
Well, we don't know where it launched. It might have went to a satellite and then back down to that certain.
Oh, maybe. I thought they just put in random coordinates and launched it out into deep space where it could never be found.
I thought so too, but
I don't know. We don't know anything. It's only this is only the first episode. There's only 2 episodes total.
Yeah, because like even the things like that happened to her, like because she is like affecting the reality around her, and I think what throws us off a little bit about it being the real world.
Right, this is your first time.
Those guys that walk down the stairs and like, oh, this is your first time. I can't believe it.
Or it's just a red
I think that's just her kind of remembering shit. Most of this is all just her own memories of stuff, but it's coming across as
or it could just be a red herring.
Writing stories and shit.
Like, hey, this is your first time in Manhattan?
Yeah, true. Yeah.
The other thing is just that this version of like Christina's future city doesn't look anything else like stylistically, it doesn't look like the quote unquote modern day future of Westworld. Now, I guess that could just be like we have like the old city and the new city or whatever, but it's
they could be playing around with timelines too. I mean, maybe it is a real place
in the future.
This is like farther in the future. Like, I don't think all these timelines maybe these timelines aren't all the same. So, like, especially like, third episode, we're supposed to see Bernard.
Yeah, because he's all
that might be fucking Wayne in the future or something. So
yeah, we don't know.
Yeah,
we don't know. Yeah, we don't know Christina's timeline. We don't know if she's in the real world. But probably not. It seems likely that Caleb, Maeve, Hale, William, that whole storyline is happening at the same time. And that's just because of how events have been playing out so far. They could be throwing us for some sort of ringer. But the other thing is, why did they've been looking for Maeve, but how did that lead them to Caleb? Like, why did they go after Caleb then? And like, how did they find Caleb?
Well, they probably knew, as far as like how, Maeve dreams, when we talked about earlier, is that they probably had a longer history together, so if they had this longer history together and they fought together during the robot wars or something, then they would know, hey, let's go to Caleb and see, try to get information from him to get to Maeve. Because maybe until because they didn't even know where Maeve might even. I don't know. I was gonna say because like you'd think they would go to hit Caleb earlier,
and he's got like a family, so it's not like he's not registered somewhere. Like they can just look him up in the phone book.
Yeah. Unless they didn't know that, like, let's say they didn't know Caleb and Maeve were fighting together during the Robot Wars. They only found out when they got that signal, because that one robot says they got a signal. And that's when Maeve was, like, going through memories and shit. Maybe her memories got projected out or something, and they found out that, I spent all this time with Caleb. Oh!
It's entirely possible. All right, so that's enough of episode 1, right? I don't think there's anything else to talk about with episode 1 that's important.
What do we got?
I mean, that was all the big.
No, I don't think so.
We didn't see Hale this.
Yeah,
episode,
that's about it, pretty much. Yeah,
and we didn't see Bernard in this episode or the next episode. Hey, post-production Tim here. I wanted to take a moment and plug our voicemail options for Watchers on the Couch. You can send us a voicemail. We would love to include your immediate reactions following the latest episode of Westworld, your theories, what's bugging you, etc., and include them in our episode recaps. You can visit watchersonthecouch.com and find the leave voicemail link at the bottom. You can also look in the show notes for this episode for a direct link. You can do it right on your computer if you have a microphone or from your phone. So watchersonthecouch.com, look for the leave voicemail button at the bottom of the page or the link in the show notes. So episode 2, we start off with Clementine getting offed by William, who's looking for Maeve, which I don't remember Clementine surviving season 2.
I think she did. I don't remember that really, but I do remember, like, didn't she drag off like Musashi's head or something like that?
So she did get out somehow. I'm sure. Yeah, I must have. I know I saw that, and I know I must have commented on that when we recorded the episode for that. But yeah,
but this is super
weird.
It
seem like this is Westworld.
So,
because
I don't know. That's not Westworld. It's I don't know. I thought it was
William's wearing
maybe somewhere in South America or something. People are speaking Spanish, and
he's wearing the hat. And shit.
I don't know, man. Like maybe when he kills other robots, or maybe there's multiple Williams. I think that's probably the case. You got fucking, T-1000 William, which just fucking goes and kills
business
other robots.
Time William.
You have business host William. Business time William.
Okay.
Yeah. And Terminator William. And then you have real William fucking somehow.
Well, his neck's all tight. Yeah, so we find out that William, the human, we assume, is still alive, and he's not.
It's fucking him. It's the human.
He's in
it's the human.
Some kind of contraption where they just put him to sleep and wake him up to gloat. Hale Loris does. That's always a
yeah. I don't understand what she had to do. She had to inject him first, and then whatever. Then the smoke, the milk smoke has freezes him. Cryogenic. I don't know. I guess it's a whatever. Has to be a 2-part process, and has to be done by hand on the first part.
Well, yeah, who knows? But at any rate, Clementine gets killed while William's looking for Maeve. But then we see Clementine later, who is now working for William and Hale. So basically, when they kill people, they just repurpose them now, it seems. Let's see
Seems
what else
so.
is going on in William Land. Oh, there's other stuff. Yeah. That's later in the episode. He's a great golfer.
He's a great golfer.
Business time Williams,
business time William.
He gets visited by the government, the vice president, who's saying, hey, we turned a blind eye to your stuff, but you can't build a park here in America.
Yeah. And William was like,
shut the fuck up.
And, gives him a driver to the face after the vice president watches him sink like 3 or 4 hole-in-ones on a par 3 from...
and that guy never even called.
Bullshit.
Oh, man. So, yeah, William, speaking of, so the vice president comes out. They don't want William opening this new park that he's opening. But Delos is opening a new park, and this is we see this towards the end of the episode. So William has a little speech before he unveils the new park, and he's talking about how 150 years ago, America had just finished its first Great War, dealt with a pandemic, blah, 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 blah. And we reveal the golden era post World War I, 1920s world. Sopranos world. Ye old Sopranos world. So we're going to have Al Capone type stuff going on.
Yeah,
so
pretty much.
If you say 100... So 150 years
ago, haha, Shay.
1920 or 1920-ish. That places our main timeline of Westworld around 2070. Which presumably, let's see, if we make Ed Harris is probably in his 70s. So if we say that William's in his 70s as well, that places young William at the beginning of Westworld, probably in his late 20s, early 30s. So we're looking at 2030 was the start of Westworld. So it's pretty close, Mike. The robots are coming.
Robots coming.
So we have a main timeline of
robots
in the 2070s with William, Maeve, Caleb, Hale, and Clementine. And Killer Flies.
Oh, that's what I was talking about earlier. Well, before I forget, I guess. So you have the flies that can make people do whatever you want. But they're replacing people with actual hosts. Mm-hmm. Like the senator got replaced and his wife got replaced. Couldn't they just use the flies? So that's what I'm curious about. Maybe if you use the fly stuff on people, it's only like temporary, or maybe like it kills you
in both
after a certain time period.
Episode 2, the flies don't actually they basically tell your body what to do, but it doesn't seem to have much effect over your mental state, because that guy didn't seem to want to stab other people. They just wanted to be free and fulfill their purpose.
Okay.
So I guess like replacing somebody, like
that seems to make sense.
Once you get the flies in you, you're kind of like you're basically a drone. So, but the senator that Maeve said that they should go visit at the end of season 1 turns out to be the guy that plays the dad in Heroes, and gets killed. He gets killed in the Heroes reboot, not in the original series, which was terrible. Don't watch the Heroes reboot if you haven't seen it. But yeah, other than basically all we established there is that they're replacing powerful people with hosts.
They're replacing them and their upgrades too. Yeah, so like Maeve had a really difficult time freezing their motor functions. So William has made some upgrades, and she keeps saying William. Mm-hmm. So that's the one confusing part for me. Like, she's saying William. Like, I don't know. Does she not know actual William is being like held hostage, like human William, or does she not know about Halores?
Did they have
she knows about Halores, right?
Halores and Maeve had a confrontation in season 3. I think it was just her and Dolores Prime. So from her standpoint, and then based on, and Maeve is still very much tied to her past in Westworld. So she has a very specific hate for William that seems to carry on.
Yeah, well, I mean, really, all that makes sense. If she has no idea, like, that there's other Dolores brain balls or whatever.
No, she...
Shit, I don't know. Wouldn't she know that?
I think she did come across Halores at some point because she questioned whether or not it was Teddy. She's like, is that you in there, Teddy? And, yeah.
Oh, yeah, doesn't she say something like, is that
But I
you
guess
in
she
there,
never
Teddy?
really got a confirmation whether or not it was Dolores.
Right. I don't know. Guess we'll see. But yeah, I just thought that was kind of weird, or that the timelines are different, or something like that. As far as
no, that doesn't make sense because
I guess that might not make much sense either.
Because as
it doesn't.
Caleb and Maeve go hunting for, or going to meet with, I guess, William or somebody at Delos.
But she does, but Maeve wouldn't know that William is, being held hostage.
And she wouldn't necessarily know that he's a host,
is probably why she keeps saying William and not
just that he's
Dolores.
He just lives a long time.
Right.
But yeah, when Maeve and Caleb, after they visit the senator, they get an invite. And they go to an opera house, which takes them down to a speakeasy. And then, fucking surprise, motherfucker. It's not a speakeasy at all. It's a train car. And they're taking you to the park. They're taking you to the new park, just like young William in season 1. And you get to pick a white hat and a black hat. And Caleb says, no fucking hats. I'm not a hat guy.
No hats, Angela. And I'm not fucking you either, Angela. I mean, I was going to, but fucking Maeve interrupted me. Ugh.
Got a
freaking cock blocker Maeve over here.
He's like, no, I got this emo hair now. I'm not going to cover it up with a hat. But I was thinking, like, man, there's not, like, when this episode ended, it's like, wait, it's ending now? Isn't it just getting started? And then I was making the notes of, like, the stuff that happened in this episode. It's like, oh yeah, actually a lot happened this episode. It just didn't feel like it.
Yeah. I actually felt the exact same way. I was like, oh, there wasn't much that happened. And then
so
kind of went over it again. I was like, all right, there's a little more to it.
Christina, who, like, there's no way
Dolores
like,
and
this is a
Christina.
New person. There's no way you're not going to carry what we know about Dolores into the storyline for Christina. Like, this whole, like, oh no, she's a completely new person. Yeah, it's not going to fly because we spent 3 seasons with Dolores.
The only way I would think that, like, Christina is not in a simulation is if, like, they just used, I don't know, like, because it could possibly be that it is Dolores. I think I mentioned this on our little first intro coming back, that Christina could be Dolores, like OG Dolores, like her basic code that Dolores was. Not the Dolores that learned a ton of shit and died. But it could be kind of her basic code, but just readapted to a modern time. And maybe she is in the park, and she, a new park.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's all I can think of, but it just does not seem that way, especially because if that was a fucking park, then she goes and sees, that Peter guy died like quite a while ago.
Thing. So yeah, in this episode, Christina is very, we didn't mention this when we talked about season 1. That Peter guy ends up killing himself. we totally missed the part where and so
yeah, Christina,
she's very shook up about that, and she's like looking into it because she reads his obituary and things like that and figures out like where he left the money to and yada yada yada. Meanwhile, her weird ass friend Maya is just downplaying everything. She's doesn't look like anything to me when it comes to the weird stuff that's going around. And it seems like everybody around her is like that. Because there's the crazy guy outside who talks about like how the tower is doing stuff and only him and the birds know about it and it's killing people. And then she sees a bunch of dead birds outside of her work building.
See, and that's part of the thing that's throwing me off as far as the simulation goes, because it seems weird that there'd be dead birds in a simulation like that. Not that it couldn't happen, but and with that guy talking about the tower that controls shit.
Right.
Like, if it was a simulation, why would there even be a tower that controls fucking anything? But I don't know. Maybe it's like a mix of things, like augmented reality.
The one thing I wish I was paying attention to,
you know,
I should have gone back and watched, is whether or not, if that's the first time we ever see any birds in Christina's world, is when they're on the ground. Like, are all the birds dead and like nobody else can see the dead birds?
Most likely.
Because everybody seems to be just walking by them.
Yeah. Or maybe nobody in the city just gives a shit about dead birds. They're like, fuck them, dude. The fucking pigeons, damn flying rats. Fuck those things. They shit all over my porch.
But
all over my balcony.
Yeah, so she's looking into this. She decides to take a sick day from work, and of which she gets 4 of those a year working at Olympiad. So it's nice to see that the capitalistic abuse of the labor force in America has not gotten any better in 2070.
Yeah. I put that down in my notes. I'm like, 4 days. Like, jeez, yeah, it's all right. You do get 4 days a year.
Man,
you
fuck
know,
that guy.
Oh,
yeah. There's
okay.
This, as she goes to the mental institution where this Peter guy apparently left his money to, she finds out that he died a while ago. Like, the wing is already built, and this place has been shut down for a long time. And she calls her friend Maya up. It's like, it's weird. They got some information wrong. Big deal. It's like,
well, she also like sees people in there. It looks like construction workers, like they're remodeling this place. And she's like, just leave. What do they do? They leave. Now, is that a coincidence, or does she actually part of her control?
When I first saw that, I thought maybe she was talking to herself and she was telling herself that she should just leave. But then they left. So it's like, okay, well, maybe.
Well, I mean, when I first watched it, I thought it was just like a coincidence, you know, like sometimes that happens when you're just like, don't come in here. Don't come in here.
Go away.
I hope my fucking boss doesn't come in here. Just walk by. And then that happens. Go away, Biden.
Yeah, so that's it. She finds the room. I don't know if it was his room. It was his wing, his memorial wing, where she finds drawings of this tower, which looks very similar to pictures.
Yeah.
By the guy in the street as well.
That's what I was thinking. I'm like,
oh yeah.
Wonder if it's that guy in the street. That was his room. You know, is it going to be like that? That could have been his room, and he got out because that place is closed down now. So he's not getting the mental help he needs. That's why he's on the street. That was his room. She's going to go fucking find him and be like, she's going to take the drawings with him and be like, here, are these the drawings? Oh, look at him.
It's dumb. Dumb Morris.
I don't remember.
God damn it, Tina.
Should take the drawings. Dumb Loris. Dumb Teddy.
Let's see. That could probably do it for this episode. William finds out that he's still being kept alive, and there's a host William running around. We still don't know anything about Dead William post season 2 credits. We still don't know what the Fidelity timeline is, because it seems like that does take place even further in the future than what's happening now. Because that world was blown up from what I remember seeing.
Yeah, at least that's what I assumed, and that's kind of what it looked like. So I would think in my opinion, that's probably the very, very end of this story.
That's going to do it for this episode of Watchers on the Couch,
Yep.
Westworld edition, provided everything recorded correctly, and we haven't just been talking to ourselves for the past hour and 1 minute and 14 seconds. You can follow us on social media at various places, and let's just say go to watchersonthecouch.com for the links to all those, because I don't remember them all off the top of my head. In the show notes, there'll also be a link to Buy Me a Coffee. You can actually support the show with a one-time donation if you so choose. There is a monthly recurring donation you can make, which you probably shouldn't do that because we're a seasonal show, but the option is there if you want to, and there are no perks yet because I don't know what perks we could provide, but I'm thinking about some things. But if you want to support the show, this is a good way to do it. Because we don't have ads. Because ads are stupid. That said, if you want to advertise on the show, let me know. Because podcasts are free and free to listen to, but not cheap to make. So that's what'll do it. Keep questioning the nature of your reality, and we will be back next week as we discuss episode 3 of season 4 of Westworld, and hopefully we're going to go deep into some Bernard. Oh, yeah.
Real deep into the Bernard.
Yeah. Real deep. Oh, man.
You left me in this tub for 100 years. All right, Mike, have a good week, and I will talk to you next time. Bye.
All right. Bye.